Welcome back. Now we switch gears to the issue of the creative economy, which is quite a delight always for me. Whenever we talk about the creative economy, we're being joined by somebody who is actually curating the arts in the northern part of the country. Lagos is not Nigeria. Lagos is just part of Nigeria. So let's take a look at what's going on in the north. Ganiyat Seriki is an art and fashion creator. She joins us via Zoom. Thank you so much, Ganiyat, for coming on the program.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
So let's begin by commending you that what you're doing in Kaduna, because we know the history of Kaduna as a hub for textile in those days when our industries were really up and running. So tell us the motivation behind you coming in to see how you can aggregate this interest and promote the culture through fashion.
Well, thank you very much for that question. All of this just started when during my NYC year, and I realized that there are a lot of people doing incredible things in the arts in the northern part of the country, in Kaduna, where I'm based. And I decided that we didn't have, I realized that we didn't have a platform that could aggregate everyone, like bring everyone together for broader impact, like broader reach, for people to have access to them and for also them to get that kind of recognition that they deserve for their work in the creative industry. There are a lot of brilliant creatives in northern Nigeria, and quite so unfortunately, we don't really have enough resources and access like other parts of the country and even Africa. So that motivated me, because I felt like, why are people, like, why don't we have this kind of platform, a very large platform, like our counterparts in other parts of the country, that can really propel our creatives without them having to spend a fortune trying to be somewhere to be seen, to be recognized, or be acknowledged for their work. So that basically motivated me, to be honest. And I mean, it's also not just fashion. I'm also like very active in the art sector. The fashion and art are both my passions, and I just felt, I'm not even an artist, I'm not a fashion designer. I just felt like that is a way for me to contribute based on my passion, not just by doing this creative skills or the creative actions, but just by organizing them in a way that they can be received and consumed in a very, smooth way and accessible way for everyone interested.
And from what you're curating, Ganiyat, we can see that it's dancing somewhere, around the fringes of conservatism and, some boldness and trends as well. So tell us how religion and culture in the North is influencing the fashion industry in the North.
Sorry, please, can I get that question again? Because it kind of like skipped. Thank you.
I'm just watching some of what you're curating. You flashed on the screen moments ago, and we can see that, it's somewhere around the fringes of conservatism and some boldness that is being expressed in the designs. So tell us how religion and culture is influencing the creative expression of your designers in the northern part of the country.
Yeah, so in the North, first of all, I would like us to look at it like it's a place that has been stereotyped and maybe put in a particular box. The North is comprised of different people, different practices, different religions. And I know the majority of people in the North practice Islam, and that doesn't overshadow or erase the existence of the other people practicing other forms of faith and other beliefs. And that is also represented in our work in such that there's a lot of diversity. Like, we're not doing this for just one specific group of people. We're doing it for everybody in the North, because the North is that large. It's not just, a lot of people think it's just Hausa people in the North. There are a lot of languages, indigenous languages. In Kaduna alone, there are over 100 languages in Kaduna alone. So there's just so much diversity, and we're trying to get everyone to have that kind of like visibility, and also paying respect to the culture or conservativeness or conservation. We also play that in mind, because the majority of people here are, conservatives. The culture is our culture to just be conservative. We're not necessarily as very not conservative as other parts of the country and even the world. So we're trying to create something that is our own, that we own, and that we can also be able to market to the greater public. elsewhere, or people that align with the values that we share across the country and other parts of the world, basically, and the country.
Yeah, it's good to note that, there's an emerging industry of creatives that are putting this together in Nigeria's north, and we believe that from Kaduna it will spread to other parts. But as Jeffrey rightly noted earlier, Kaduna was known as the hub of the textile industry many years back. Tell us what is happening in that space. Is it foreclosed, or where do the bulk of your creatives get the textiles with which they're churning out these beautiful designs?
Okay, so our creatives here, they source their materials locally. Some of them just go access the local markets, while some of them have gone a step further to access textiles from local artisans in Kano State, in other parts of the north that are making indigenous textiles, and then they're even going ahead to change it or upgrade it into something contemporary for people, for the younger generation to consume, for this generation we're in. So it's just a way for us to document our culture and keep it going and keep promoting our local artisans, because the local artisanal industry in the north is under a great threat of erasure. There's so much challenges you're facing. So a lot of designers have gone ahead to say, okay, let's support these local artisans and involve them in our creative production process. But that does not also mean that a lot of people still don't get things from the market that are imported, all these China textiles from other parts of the world. And this just tells you that the impact of the textile industry that used to be very active is felt. The absence is being felt, which is why a lot of people are scrambling around when we actually had an active textile industry in the north at some point. But the absence is being felt. People are scrambling everywhere to just find textile that we could have just been the ones producing and could have directly impacted the creative economy of the state.
All right, Ganiyat, I know that the Kaduna State government is listening, so I'm sure they need to take action as quickly as possible. But in 30 seconds, how do you fund? How much of a challenge is it to fund the projects in the north?
It's a great challenge because at times you find that it's a great challenge. You find that other parts of the state of the country get more funding than here because people don't really know what to expect. It's like the north here is up for exploration, but luckily enough, we've been lucky to get support from the European Union, the African Cultural Fund as well, and it's been really working for us. It's been getting us to international visibility and also helping us to carry out our programs, our projects successfully. And quite recently this year, we've started aligning with government initiatives, existing government initiatives, and this is actually looking up as we speak. It's currently looking up for us, and I think we should have even explored that a long time ago. But I think that's just how we've been supporting our projects. We've been doing this. We've been writing for grants. We've been applying for other opportunities. We've been writing to people, banks, individuals. That's how we've been funding, but it's been very difficult because, like I said, the North is considered a part that a lot of people don't know much about. So it's really a lot like a gamble for major people, major businesses or corporations to invest in. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, and wish you the very, very best. We're happy you're doing something that is not quite popular, at least in recent times, and that's why we're here to support as much as possible. And shout out to all the creatives that have been supporting, coming on the platform as much as possible. Ganiyat Seriki is an art and fashion curator joining us via Zoom from Kaduna State. Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you so much.
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, great man Take joins us. He's a musician, soloist, a rapper. The young man is many things. You'll find out when we come back after this break. Join us again.